Okay, so in this class we are going to complete the unit number 2, and after that we will do some practice MCQs which will be related to the unit number 2. Okay, so let's start. We have already completed the input devices. Now the next one is the output devices. So an output devices is a piece of computer hardware equipments used to communicate the result of data processing carried out by an information processing to the outside world. So basically this gives the output result, or it display the result to the user according to the processing data which is given by which instructions given by the users. Some of the commonly used output devices are: first is the monitor, which is most common output device, printers, plotter, speaker and headphones, then projectors. These all are the most common output devices which is used in the computing. Okay, the first one is the monitor. Basically, it is also known as the visual display units, VDU. Okay, visual display unit. The monitor is provided along with the computer to view the display result. An image on the monitor is created by a configuration of dots. So basically these dots are called the pixels. Okay. The refresh rate of monitor is measured in the hertz. So this is another question. The unit of the monitor's refresh rate. Okay. So basically refresh rate of monitor is measured in the hertz, which is basically the unit of also the unit of frequencies. Now there are sometimes subtypes of monitors like cathode ray tubes, which is called the CRT monitor. Basically, it looks like a box. Nowadays, the CRT monitors not using very popularly, but this is the type of it based on the electron guns. Okay. Now the next one is the liquid crystal display, that is also called the LCD display. So nowadays a lot of monitor which is based on the LCD display, a liquid crystal display. Now the next one is the liquid or light emitted diode, that is also called LED. Okay, light or liquid emitted diode type of monitors. The next one is the thin film transistor, that is also called the TFT monitors. Then the another type of monitor is the 3D monitor. The latest technology of the monitor is the 3D monitor, which is the three-dimensional or 3D monitor. So the next output device is the printers. So a printer prints information and data from the computer onto a paper. So this is the hard copy of the output, which gives the hard copy of any kind of result. It can print documents in color as well as the black and white. Black and white में भी print कर सकता है, and it depends on the type of printer which is used by the user. The printer resolution is numerical measure of print quality that is measured in the dots per inch. So basically the quality of printer is measured by the DPI, that is dots per inch. Okay. Okay. The types of printer, first is the according to the speed. So according to the speed, it has the first type of printer is the character printer, which print one character at a time. तो ये क्या करेगा, वन टाइम में एक कैरेक्टर प्रिंट करेगा. So basically the speed of character printer is based on the characters per second. This is also called the CPS. CPS means the characters per second. एक सेकंड में कितने कैरेक्टर एक पेज में वो प्रिंट कर सकता है. That is the speed of character printers. Okay. So the example of character printers like dot matrix printer, daisy wheel printer, and thermal printer. These all are the type of the character printers which can print the one character at a one time. Okay. Now the next one is the line printer. So basically it can be print one line at a time. Okay, one time में एक line print कर सकता है. So now the speed of the line printer is measured as the line per minute. So it's called LPM, lines per minute. Okay, the character printer's speed can be calculated by the characters per second. This is CPS, and the line printer's speed can be measured as the lines per minute. एक मिनट में एक लाइन प्रिंट कर सकता है. Now the examples of line printer are band type of printer, drum printer, chain printer, and inkjet printer. These all are the types of line. So we must remember the which printer is belongs to the which type of printer according to the speed. Okay, that will be the most important question for the exam point of view. Okay, so the dot matrix, digital, and thermal are the character printer. Band, drum, chain, and inkjet are the line printer. Now the last one is the according to the speed, the page type of printer, page printer. It's called page printer. So which prints one page at a time. Okay, so the speed of page printer is measured as the page per minute, which is called ppm. So the page printers examples, like nowadays a lot of printer which is based on the laser techniques. So all the laser printers are called the page printers. So examples are the laser printers. Okay, so remember character printers, that means dot matrix, decibel, thermal, and line printer, band, drum, chain, and inkjet. And the last one, all the laser printers are the belongs to the category of page printers. Okay, now the another basis of the categorize this printer, the next one is the according to the print manner, किस type से वो print करता है. So the mannerism of the printing is the another base of the classification of the printers. So the next one is the according to the print manner. Now the type of printer according to this print manner, the first one is the impact printer. Okay, so ये क्या करता है, वो impact के through जो है print करता है. This type of printer strikes paper. So this type of printer strikes paper and ribbon together to form a character like a typewriter. So basically this is some kind of typewriter. They used pins and hammers. So the impact printer, like a name impact, that means it can print by the impacting on the paper and ribbon. So they are used pins or hammers that pressed and inked ribbon against the paper. Types of impact printer, the first one is the dot matrix printer. The first type of impact printer, dot matrix printer, which is basically based on the theory theory of the impact printer. By using it can print the characters by using the impact on the paper. The second one is the daisy wheel printer, which is also a type of impact printer. The last one is the band printer. So dot matrix, daisy wheel, and band printer, these all can print the characters by using the impact. Okay, or strikes on the paper and ribbon together. So these all the three printers use the pins and hammers and pressed an ink ribbon against the paper basically. Okay, one another type of impact printer is the call also a drum printer and chain printer, which is also belongs to the impact theory or impact process to print the characters. So the drum printer and chain printer also belongs to the impact printer. Okay, so these all are the impact printers. Now the next is the according to the print man. Okay, this is another type, basically the non-impact printer. Okay, according to the print manner, the another type of printer is the non-impact printers. So this type of printers uses electrostatics, chemical, and inkjet technologies. Okay, they do not hit or impact on the paper, or it's not based on the striking on the paper. So they do not hit or impact a ribbon to print. So basically in impact time printer, they do hit on the paper to print out the characters. But in non-impact printer, they do not hit or impact a ribbon to print. Types of non-impact printer like inkjet or thermal printers, and nowadays using the laser type of printer, these all are based on the non-impact printer. So types are, the first is the inkjet, second one is the thermal printer, and the third one is the laser printer. Okay, so impact, and second one is the non-impact. This is according to the printing manner, na? So impacts are dot matrix, daisy wheel, then band printer, drum printer, chain printer. These all are the impact type. And the second one is the inkjet. Okay, inkjet, thermal, and laser. So now we are going to discuss some details of these all types of printers. The first one is the dot printers. So it looks like this. You can see that this is the dot matrix printer. Okay, so basically dot matrix printer is a character type of printer because it can print one character at a one time. Okay, the first thing is to remember is the one character at a time. So it's also belong to the, if categorize this dot matrix printer according to the speed, then it belongs to the character type of printer because it can print one character at a time. Now it forms character using rows of pins which impact the ribbon on top of the paper, therefore also called print printer. Okay, so आप ये देख सकते हो, it looks like some kind of typewriters. So that's why it's the impact type of printer, because it's using some rows of pins. There are some rows of pins in these places, okay, which can impact on the ribbon on the top of the paper. Okay, then it can print the characters at a time. Dot matrix printers print one character at a time. It prints character and images as a pattern of dots. Okay, dots के पैटर्न में जो है ये प्रिंट कर सकता है. Now the second one is the daisy wheel printer. So you can see that it's also look like a dot matrix type of printer. So daisy wheel printer, in daisy wheel printers, characters are fully formed on the petals, like typewriter keys. These printers produce high resolution output and are more reliable than dot matrix. So basically, it's a more reliable than the dot matrix printer according to the resolution or clearness. Okay, now you can see that this is the basic procedure to print the characters by the daisy wheel printer. So total of 96 character arms. So these all pins are called the arms. Characters embossed on the tip of the arm. हर एक टिप में कुछ characters यहाँ पे already बने हुए हैं. Okay, and this is called the hammer. Okay, this one is called the ribbon. Okay, now this is suppose the paper and the print mechanism movement, ये इस टाइप से ये मूव करेगा. ओके, सो जहां से जो भी कैरेक्टर हम टाइप करेंगे और अकॉर्डिंग टू द कैरेक्टर, all the pins work on this paper and started to the impact or strike on the paper on the basis of the ribbons, okay, or according to using of these pins. So this is the basic impact type of printer, daisy wheel printer. Basically it's a more reliable than the dot matrix printer. Now the next one is the drum printer. So this is also a impact printer, an old line printer technology that uses formed character images around a cylindrical drum as its printing mechanism. एक cylindrical drum होता है जो कि printing mechanism को यहाँ पे perform करता है. When the desired character for the selected position rotated around the hammer line, the hammer hit the paper from behind and pushed it into the ribbon and onto the characters. So you can see that this is the main cylindrical drum for the drum printer, and all the alphabets and characters are already embedded in embossed in this cylindrical, and according to the given instruction, the paper is placed in between the hammer and this drum. Okay, and then ये hit करता है, impact होता है, then these characters will print on this paper. Okay, so now the next type of the printer is the non-impact type of printer. The first one is the inkjet printer. So it looks like this. This is the Canon printer. It is a printer that places extremely small droplet of ink onto the paper to create an image. It sprays ink onto the paper to form character and prints a high quality text and graphics. So nowadays, the most commonly used printers are the non-impact printer. One is the inkjet printer, and it can print color and black and white. Okay, so this is the popular type of printer, but this is the cost of the printing is the more according to the or compared to the thermal printer or laser printer. Okay, now the next one is the thermal printer. So basically thermal printer used to heat on chemically treated paper to form character. So like a name, thermal printer. Fax machines that used rolls of paper are used for the thermal printing. So basically this is the type of thermal printer जो इट इज स्लो भी होता है और स्पेशल टाइप का पेपर इसके लिए जरूरत पड़ता है. इट इज रिलेटिवली स्लो, एक्सपेंसिव एंड रिक्वायर्ड स्पेशल पेपर लाइक दिस फॉर प्रिंटिंग द बिल्स एंड यू कैन सी दैट द प्रिंट द रिसिप्ट्स. ओके, सो रिसिप्ट वगैरह के लिए ये यूज होता है थर्मल प्रिंटर, स्पेशली यूजेज ऑन द शॉप्स. नाउ द नेक्स्ट वन इज द लेजर प्रिंटर विच इज मोस्ट कॉमन प्रिंटर. It provides the highest quality text and images for personal computer. They can print in different fonts, that is type, style and size. Laser printers uses laser beam, the main mechanism to print the characters by using the laser beam onto the photosensitive surface for the printing. It prints a high quality graphics and more expensive than the impact printers. जो हमारा डेजी व्हील ड्रैम प्रिंटर रहता है उनसे उनके कंपेयर में ये एक्सपेंसिव होता है. ओके, दिस इज ऑल्सो इजी टू यूज प्रिंटर. यू कैन से दैट द इजी टू यूज प्रिंटर. So these are the types of printer. The some of the printer belongs to the impact printer and some of belongs to the non-impact printer. So just remember which printer belongs to which category according to the mannerism, according to the speed. Now the next type of output device is the plotter. Okay, so basically plotter is a type of output device which is basically used for the large drawings or images like constructions plans or blueprints. This type of output is used to plotter for result. Okay, it is an output device that uses a pen, pencil, marker or other writing tools for making vector graphics. So basically these output is used for the graphic design or graphic outputs. A plotter is a special kind of output channel like a printer that produce images on paper. So this is also type of printer, na? They are mainly used to produce large drawings or images such as construction plans, blueprints for mechanical objects. ओके, बेसिकली ऑटो कैड वगैरह में या कैड वर्किंग वगैरह के लिए इसका यूज किया जाता है. ऑटो कैड. ओके, okay, if you print out the mapping वगैरह, graphs वगैरह, then you can use the plotter. Now the next one is the next output device is the speaker. So basically the speaker is the audio output device. It is an output device that receives sounds in the form of electric current. It needs a sound card connected to a CPU that generates sound via a card. So basically it connects, create or it needs the sound card to produce the output as a sound form, as a audio form. These are used for listening music, for being audible in seminars, using presentation, etc. Now the next one is the headphones, which is also a audio output devices. These are a pair of small loudspeaker or less commonly a single speaker held close to a user's ears and connected to the signal source such as audio amplifier, radio, CD players, or portable media players. So this is also another type of audio output device. Now the sum of devices which is used for input as well as output devices, so that is called input output devices. Okay, like modem, which can be used for the receiving the data and to transfer the data. Okay, so input output devices, both input output devices, few devices that gives input and also show or get the output through the same device. These are follows like modems, which is used for the receiving the data and transfer the data. So that's why the modem belongs to the input output device at the same time. Similarly, the network cards are also the input output device which can receive the network signals and then it transfer the signals. And similarly, the touch screen also used for the giving the instruction to the CPU, and also it can be used for the display the output. So that's why the touch screen also belongs to the input and output devices. Now the next one is the headphones. Some kind of headphones used a speaker to listening the music, and also at the same time it can provide a microphone to talking any person in video conferencing or seminar. So that's why the headset also belongs to the input output device. And the fax machine also belongs to the input output device. It has a scanner to scan the document. So basically it can be used for scanning the documents and also have printer to print the documents. So that's why it's working as the input device as well as the output device. Okay. Now the next one is the audio cards and sound cards also belongs to the input and output devices at the same time. Okay, so these are all are the belongs to the input output devices. Okay, the last portion of the computer hardware portion or computer components, the last one is the ports. You can see in the laptops and personal computers some ports given by the brands. So these are called the ports. So basically the first type of port is input output port. So input output ports are the external output ports or external interfacing port. Okay. So input output ports are external interfaces that are used to connect input and output devices. So the some kind of ports given in the laptops and CPUs, which is used for to connecting the printers, monitors, joystick, etc. So it's used for the connecting the input devices and output devices. So these are called the input output port. Now the input output devices are connected to the computer via the serial and parallel ports or universal serial buses, which is also called the USB port, okay, or firewire ports. The parallel ports, the second type of port is the parallel port, which is also a interface, which is also used for the interfacing some data wires. It is an interface for connecting 8 or more data wires. ये एक साथ में 8 या उससे more जो data wires है उसको connect कर सकता है parallel ports. The data flows through the 8 wires simultaneously. So एक ही time में अलग-अलग 8 wires में data flow हो सकता है using the parallel ports. They can transmit 8 bit of data in parallel. एक ही साथ में 8 बिट डेटा को फ्लो करा सकता है, ट्रांसमिट कर सकता है. पैरेलल पोर्ट is used to connect printer to the computer. So basically these ports especially designed for the connecting printers and computers. Okay, कंप्यूटर और प्रिंटर को कनेक्ट करने के लिए स्पेशली पैरेलल पोर्ट्स का यूज किया जाता है बिकॉज द प्रिंटर यूजेस साइमल्टेनियसली 8 bits data to transmit from one source to another source. So that's why the parallel ports is specially designed for using the connecting printers to the computer. Now the next one is the serial ports and USB ports. So serial ports, it transmit one data for data through a single wire. So parallel ports can transmit 8 data at a time, but the serial ports transmit 1 bit data through a single wire. एक वायर से एक ही डेटा वहां पर ट्रांसपोर्ट हो सकता है सीरियल पोर्ट्स में. Since data is transmitted serially at a single bit, as a single bit, एक बीट के हिसाब से ये होता है, जबकि पैरेलल उसमें 8 बिट एक टाइम में 8 बिट ट्रांसमिट कर सकता है. It provides slow speed data transmission. So serial port is slower than the parallel ports. It is used to connect external modems, plotters, barcode readers, etc. So parallel ports are especially uses for connecting the printers, whereas the serial ports are using to connect the modems, plotters, barcode readers, this type of devices. Okay, the last one is the universal serial buses, which is also called the USB ports. It is common and popular external ports. Okay, external port available with computers. Normally 2 to 4 USB ports are provided on a PC. USB also has the plug and play feature, which allows devices ready to be run. There is no need of any kind of another system software to activate or reading the devices. Okay, so this is the plug and play kind of ports. Okay, so this is the last. This was the last section of the unit 2. In next unit, the topic will be the computer memories. So the unit 2 is completed. Now we have some practice MCQs from the unit 2. The first question is, which of the following is metal or plastic case that holds all the physical parts of the computer? The options are system unit, CPU, mainframe, platform. Which of the following is metal or plastic case that holds all the physical parts of the computer? Basically, the system unit is the kind of metal or plastic case that can hold the physical parts of the, or physical, it means hardware parts of the computer. So option A is the correct answer. This is called the system unit. Sometimes you can confusing between the CPU and system unit. Both are similar, but this CPU is the basically a unit which is used for processing the data. Okay, so basically the CPU is the part of the architecture, but the system unit is basically a case or case of metal or plastic which hold all the physical or hardware part of the computer. So always remember, this is the system unit which can hold all the physical parts. So option A is the correct answer, system unit. Now the next one is the component that process data are located in which of the following? The options are input devices, output devices, system unit, storage component. Okay, what is the question? The components that process data are located in which of the following? Okay, so the answer is again the system unit, option C. The component that process the data are located in which of the following? इसमें से कहां पर जो है वो कंपोनेंट से डेटा को प्रोसेस किया जाता है? तो सिस्टम यूनिट के पार्ट में ही क्या होगा? सीपीयू होगा. सो बेसिकली सीपीयू बिलोंग्स टू द सिस्टम यूनिट. दैट्स व्हाई द component which can be process data, the part is the CPU, and the CPU belongs to the system unit because the CPU is also a hardware of the system. Okay. Now the next one is the which of the following is not responsible for the performance of the computer. The first one is the number of keys in the keyword, memory in the video graphic word. The third one is the clock speed of the processor, number of cores available in the processor. So basically it depends on it related to the performance of the computer. So you can say that the memory is belong to the performance of the computer. Also the clock speed also belongs to the performance of the processor, and the given number of cores available in the processor is also affect the performance of the computer. So there is one option, that is number of keys in keyboard, which is not directly involved the performance of the computer. Okay, so the option A is the correct answer, number of keys in the keyboard. Now the next one is the output unit includes the plotter, printer, monitor. So plotter is also used for the output devices, output result, printing the graphs, or the printer is also used as a output devices, and monitor is also used as a output devices. So the output unit includes all of these or all of the above. So option D is the correct answer. Now the next question is the central processing unit or CPU in a computer consists of. क्या क्या चीजें हैं जो कंप्यूटर सेंट्रल प्रोसेसिंग यूनिट में इंक्लूडेड है? इनपुट, आउटपुट एंड प्रोसेसिंग. The second one is the control unit, primary storage and secondary storage. Option C is the control unit, that is CU, ALU, arithmetic logical unit and memory unit. Okay, so basically the central processing units of the computer consist of these three major units, that is control unit, arithmetic logical unit, and the third one is the memory unit. So option C is the correct answer. CU, ALU and memory unit belongs to the central processing unit of the computer. Next question is which instruction is used for loading data into CPU accumulator register from memory? So basically the register are the some kind of memory which is used to the loading the data. Okay, so basically what instruction is used for loading data? So the options are load, storage, machine and access. There is no instruction like storage or machine. Access is the another type of instruction, but to loading the data into the CPUs, the instruction given by the user to the CPU is the load. So option A is the correct answer, load, which is a type of instruction. Okay. Now the next one is the CPU is fabricated as a single integrated circuit which is known as motherboard, microprocessor, ALU, that is arithmetic logical unit, and CU, control unit. So CPU is fabricated as a single integrated circuit like IC which is known as. So basically CPU कहाँ पे जो है यहाँ पे एक single integrated circuit की तरह जो है वहाँ पे integrated होता है, fabricated होता है. So option B is the correct answer, that is called microprocessors. Okay. So microprocessor is placed on the motherboard. So microprocessor is the some kind of part of the motherboard. So the answer will be microprocessor. So CPU is fabricated as a microprocessor, which is also called the chip or integrated circuit. Now the next question is that the main job of CPU is to carry out program instructions, store data or information for future use, process data and information, and option D is the both 1 and 3. So the one is carry out program instruction. Okay, this is correct. Store data, information for further use. So this is a type of job of CPU, yes, but this is not a main job of the CPU. Okay, so the main, because there is the option that that is the both 1 and 3, because the third option is the absolutely correct. So that's why you have to choose the option D, process data, because this is the main procedure of the CPU, process data and information, because it can the main job of CPU is to process the data and information. So that's why the option D, both 1 and 3 is the correct answer. Okay, carry out program instruction, जब तक कि प्रोग्राम इंस्ट्रक्शन को कैरी आउट नहीं करेगा, देन इट कैन नॉट बी एबल टू process the data information. So that's why the option A is also correct, option C is the also correct. So that's why both 1 and 3 is the correct answer. Now the next question is, the part of computer that coordinates all its functions is called its ROM program, system board, arithmetic logic unit, or control unit. So the coordination between input output device and memory units, the main unit that can be able to coordinate all the functions of the CPU is the control unit. The main job of control unit is the control the all the units or coordinates between all the units. Okay, it provides the coordination between the all the units of the CPU. So the part of a computer that coordinates all its functions is called control unit. So option D is the correct answer, control unit. Next is the shift, control, alt are examples of which among the following category? The first one is the modifier keys, the second one is the primary keys, the third one is the function key, and the last one is the alternate keys. I have already said that this belongs to the shift, control, and alt are the belongs to the modifier keys. Okay, because these are used for the modifying the characters. Okay, so the option A is the correct answer, modifier keys. Now the next one is, the first computer mouse was built by. The first one is the Douglas Engelbart, William English, Daniel Cougar, O'Neill Cougar, वो जो भी है, whatever, O'Neill Cougar or Daniel Cougar. The last one is the Robert Jaworski. So basically the mouse was built by the Douglas Engelbart. So option A is the correct answer. Okay, first computer mouse was built by the Douglas Engelbart. Okay, the trackball is the example of N. So first is the programming device, pointing device, output device, and software device. So the option trackball is a okay, pointing device. Now it can point out the options or menus. So trackball is an example of pointing device, basically which is a input device. Okay. The next in joystick is primarily used to or for to control sounds on the screen, computer gaming, enter text, or draw pictures. So basically the joysticks can be used for the majorly used for the computer gaming, games खेलने वगैरह के लिए joystick जो है most important input device होता है. So that's why the joystick is primarily used to the computer gaming. Okay, so option B is the correct answer. A device which is used for making drawings, graphics, and for menu selection. The first one is the keyboard, mouse, touch screen, and light pen. So the light pen, a device which is used for the making drawings, graphics, and menu selection. So light pen is a type of input device or used for the drawing, graphics, and the selection of menus. Okay, the next question is, which is the generally used in application like ATM, hospitals, airline reservations? First is the light pen, touch screen, joystick, trackball. So basically the touch screen is generally used in the application like ATM, hospitals, airlines, reservations. Okay, so option B is the correct answer, touch screen. आप देखे होंगे एयरलाइंस रिजर्वेशन वगैरह में भी टच स्क्रीन लगा रहता है जिसके थ्रू हम रिजर्वेशन करा सकते हैं. ओके, नाउ एटीएम इज आल्सो अ टाइप ऑफ एप्लीकेशन which is in which they use the touch screens. Now the next one is, the pattern of printed lines on the most product are called. So basically it's asking about the product in which some type of prints printed on any kind of product. So the price, OCR, scanners, barcodes. So the patterns of printed lines, which is called the barcodes, and the barcodes can be read by the barcode readers. So option D is the correct answer, barcodes. Okay, so that's it for today's class. In next class, we are going to discuss about the unit number 3, which is the storage fundamental. Basically, in this unit, we are going to discuss about the memories. Okay. OCR is the optical character readers, which can used like if you have the papers and printed in the words numbers like that, and by using the OCR you can create this hard copy of the any kind of data, you can convert into the digital data. Okay, which can be read by the computer system. So basically अगर आप कोई भी वर्ड्स है ए बी सी डी यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है, so by using the OCR readers you can convert this ABCD, which is the like a hard copy, you can create a digital copy and you can extract this data into the computer system. Okay, that is called OCR system, optical character recognition. Okay, so in next class we are going to discuss about the memory storage fundamental. Okay, thank you.
To watch the complete video, download Mining Gyan 2.0 app from the Play Store and enjoy seamless learning with Mining Gyan 2.0.